Welcome back to Morning Break. The Savannah Local Artists Market is popping up again this weekend at the Salvation Army Baseball Field on B Road. And SLAM continues to highlight local talent and provide dozens of local artists the chance to show off and sell their work. It's a mission that's also at the core of another artist haven in the hostess city.
We've got a pretty kind of vibrant community of artists that are here.
Sulphur Studios in the Starland District is home to more than 24 artist studios.
My room is a total disaster right now because I didn't expect you guys to look in here.
Where local artists and visitors alike can tap into the same creative energy.
All of the conversations that I get to have with artists, all of the work that I get to see, all of the ideas that are kind of spread around, all kind of contribute to the excitement of what we're doing.
John Witzke is a painter with his own studio space in the building, but is also the exhibitions director for Art Southeast, a nonprofit focused on making Savannah a destination for art and culture. The organization emerged out of Sulphur Studios during the pandemic.
Art Southeast itself opened us up to the idea that we didn't just have to be a building that housed artists and gave artist studios. We could do a magazine, a residency, actually try to expand the footprint of the arts community in Savannah.
I did the residency in 2021 and just loved the team that runs Sulphur and the community that supports it, both artists and non-artists. And I was like, how do I get back in here?
Rebecca Brazil leased studio space at the start of this year, but chose to do something less traditional.
When I talked to the studio manager, AJ, I said, I just want to give you a heads up that I'm going to do something kind of weird.
She's created a space to collaborate and experiment with other artists and the community. The latest, called Make Way, explores the idea of fragmentation, from the broken phrases of an original poem to the shreds and scraps of paper that fill the room.
Come in, have a moment of thoughtfulness, write that moment so you're kind of owning it in a way, and then you can remove it by tearing, and then you tear it up. And so you're like releasing it.
And helping to create something new along the way.
It's all helping to kind of further our mission.
A lot going on there, and the artist studios kind of wrap around what would basically be the main gallery where you saw those photographs. The husband and wife couple who have been doing those photographs, they were actually the artists in residence a year ago. They invited them back to do this program that they've got that's going on through the end of the month. You can go check out where she takes pictures with the old-timey camera with the hood over, and they get people to come in, tell their story, they record their story, and then they take their portrait, and they've got a little magazine that's got just pictures called The Portrait of Us, and they've got some Savannah pictures in there. They will continue to add that. He said it's about a 5-year-long project that they want to do and ultimately make a book of those portraits and things like that. And then they'll rotate that out. He said when they first started this, they were rotating it like weekly, putting up new work, and he was like, that got insane. So then they kind of backed off. But they've got the residency program where they can artists can come in for a month and live for free in an apartment, and they have their own studio space to be able to work out of there. Nice. And it's all about supporting these local artists. It's interesting, we live in a town, in a city with one of the premier art schools in the country, and yet it's still a challenge for local artists, and they need that support system.
That's awesome. I also am stuck on her exhibit that we saw at the end of that.
Yeah.
Very cool idea. I'm always a fan of releasing energy and releasing bad omens and things like that. So, and physically tearing things up. I was like, oh, I live for this. Yes, we need more of that.
Yeah, it's really cool, and a lot of stuff, and you can go down and check them out. Like I said, they're in Starland Yard. Back to SLAM, Arts Southeast will have a booth at SLAM coming up on Saturday, and the folks there with the Savannah Local Artists Market say this is going to be their biggest event yet. They've got 80 artists who will be out there showing and selling their work from 10 to 4 at the Salvation Army Ball Field on B Road. It also features live music. They'll have a slam poetry event. They'll have food trucks out there. Kids are invited to contribute. They'll have the popular community canvas again, where kids can paint on that. You never know how that'll turn out. And you can also check out Afternoon Break today. Michaela Romero will be highlighting one of the local artists taking part this weekend. And I should also mention the SCAD Sidewalk Chalk event is in Forsyth Park. That's coming up on Saturday as well. So if you like art, get out and get to walking around this weekend. A lot of stuff to check out.
I'm excited about the sidewalk chalk. I just hope that I get there before it goes away.
Yeah, we're going to highlight that tomorrow, and we've got some students who are going to be drawing for us live here on Morning